My friend, the first thing that I need to put in place, my peace, I need to make sure so where I'm coming from. The source of my happiness and my joy is from home. If there's no peace from home, I will not even have this peace, joy, and everything. So at this particular time, I need to make sure the person I'm staying with, my wife, is happy.
You also want
yes.
So do this.
So at the end of it, or behind the scenes, we're going to be friends. Yes. But I'll tell you to say, look, my MD had an STI.
Yes, that's how it goes.
Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching us from, welcome to Kutika, the podcast. We are back again with my team. I've got Bulanga here and Owen. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm alright. How's been your week so far?
I'm okay, and my week has been okay.
Not bad. It's been eventful, but we're managing. It's
Obviously, I mean, you manage problems. You can never live a life without them.
Yeah.
So, something that has been in the news that you couldn't avoid, even if you're not into like showbiz and everything, is a Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. People have given their diverse views. No, he was right for defending his lady. No, he was wrong. There was appropriate channel. I would like to pick your mind, like, what are your sense? Because there's also a theory to say Will is in an abusive relationship with Jada. Like, he loves the lady, but she doesn't love him as much because of the prior relationship that she had with Tupac. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. She had a relationship with him, and then they say he died before they had sex, but no one believes that, whatever. So there's that. What are your thoughts on it?
So with me, there are a lot of comments that have been passed on that topic, and for me, I still support Will for defending the wife. So, in as much as violence is not allowed, there are certain situations that will force you in the corner as a married man. So, in as much as people are saying he's under Bitcoin government, under Bitcoin government, for marriage to work, one should be there to defend that marriage. Yeah. So if all of you are not putting in an effort to make it work, you'd find.
So what you're trying to say, it's dependent on one individual for you to work, marriage, or both of you have to be in it, like you're 50-50.
But what do you think about it? It's actually, we don't know. The first thing we saw is we saw Will and the wife seated there,
Yes.
and Chris Rock was making a joke out of the wife.
Yes.
I want to believe there was some kind of conversation, whether there was or not. We cannot between him and the wife.
Yes.
So we can only speculate.
Yes.
But if you think about it, I've also heard from a few number of ladies that say like, no, I would love to have such kind of a man.
All the ladies, how many ladies
stand up for me. They don't really mind about the violence, how a person was assaulted or being slapped or hit in the face. But come on, the aspect of him defending the wife, I think it's a good one. It's a good one. It's who doesn't want to have your partner standing up for you, especially in a crowd like that?
In as much as here's my thoughts on the matter. Yes, I understand the issue has been building up. If you guys are familiar with this is not the first time that Chris is going at Jada. He's made a joke about her career, like there's time she was boycotting the Oscars at some point, and then he made a joke about that. No one wanted you here in the first place, so how can you say I'm boycotting something you're not invited to? So that joke went by. So it's one of those things where you figure these are the people I can pick on and stuff, and then you get such a response. So Will's situation, the book that is published, he narrates the situation where the relationship that he had with his dad. His dad was very abusive with the mom, like he was very physical, and then he was young. So you could see like there was a time that he beat her up, almost killing the mom, and he couldn't do anything to stop that situation. So that stuck in his mind to say, the people that I love, I'm not able to defend. So what I think, what was triggered was that trauma that he's been going through. Yes. So him seeing the wife being defended, I'm not going to defend her at this point. That's what I suspect happened.
Yeah. So one of the things that has made this
conversation
very tricky You remember Will and the wife have come out openly talking about their marriage.
Yes.
They are saying it's an open mind marriage, and the entanglement issue brought up a lot of topics where people are suspecting maybe Will is going through a lot of pain out of maybe what the wife has done whilst in that marriage.
Yes.
So in as much as we was standing up to defend, it was also misjudged because of other previous events. But all in all, obviously there is a starting point to everything.
Yes.
So people are questioning, but the wife has been through all these things.
Yes.
Where has he been
Yes.
to defend? And marriage sometimes is not just standing up to defend, in public like that. There are certain things you do deliberately in your marriage. Being there for, you can't spend the entire time building your career, leaving your family. And then when it comes in the public, that's when you want now to come up. So I think people are judging also from that perspective. Okay. So for me, even that action, there's always a starting point. It can be all these standing up, maybe that you never
did, and maybe you don't know this is the most appropriate time.
Yes.
But the consequences are following him. And there's a conversation going out that there's a quote that he did for Denzel Washington, where Denzel told him at the highest point the devil
that's when the devil shows up
to him. Yeah. Because he's been looking forward to getting an Oscar. Like it's one of those awards that he's never had, and then him getting it, and then such a thing happens. And then from the look of things, all the sponsorship that he's had, I like you to start following soon. There's this thing that the corporate world does. They look like they're on your side, but once they see the public, there's a public uproar in a negative, they ditch you. So right now it seems like the hot potato, like hey, everyone's...
Because when you think about it, the corporate world, it's about business. For them, it's about business. It's about what is bringing money on the table, what is bringing money and contributing to the coffers and stuff like that. So it's basically, when you look at it, it's basically if your action are going to put my business in jeopardy. Trust me, I'm not going to look at you, even the way that you're my friend, we're talking like this, but I've got a business where your actions are actually affecting my business. Yes. I'm going to ditch you for the sake of protecting my investment, because I've put in some money in there. Yes. So at the end of it, or behind the scenes, we're going to be friends. Yes. But I'll tell you to say, look, you're my friend, but for my business, on that one, I'm just going to come out very hard.
To add on what he has said, even Will on set, he mentioned it. This is the industry we're in, where you just have to smile and laugh even if it hurts you. Yeah. So I think basically...
But he's been doing it for 30 years before. This is one thing I don't think about the entertainment industry.
So basically, also, I think I've been studying the pattern in the industry world, especially in the Hollywood. Where they want to control your life in such a way that you can't have imbalance. So the moment you start balancing your lifestyle or your family issue, you'd find
it will like conflict with the interest of the business.
Yes. So I think for me, sometimes
So what you're trying to insinuate is that he's ready to give up everything?
For me, I can go that.
So in short, you're trying to put...
As long as I'm happy with my family,
happy in poverty.
There's one common saying that most people, when you are still alive, we forget. Most of the people, if you've listened to them when they are sick on their dying bed and what, treasure the moments you are happy with your family. You read most of the books, they say family or relationship with your family, something like that is...
But I have a concern on that one. Let me take you back to our concept here in this country.
Yeah.
I think some time back we had the hit song House Maneka.
Yes, by
Njala. So it's that part where it is very hard to balance between providing for your family and actually spending time with your family, because if you do not, you want to spend more time with your family, provision is not going to be as compared to a person who's going out there to hustle.
I think
so that contradiction is the one.
The level we're talking about of Will, in as much as he's been banned from the Oscars, I think he can have something.
No. Oh, don't get it twisted. Listen, once you move, when you move to a certain level of income, even your lifestyle and expenses move with you. So don't just assume don't just because he's got $100 million or whatever. If his level of expense, you find that you cannot use public planes, you need the private jet or whatever. That's a lot of money in a year. So if your income is not consistently flowing, and worse off, because there's a campaign where they're trying to force Chris Rock to sue him. And if you've heard the rumors, it's a minimum of $200 million.
Yeah.
And last I checked, Will has not crossed a $500 million net worth.
No.
He has not crossed that.
No.
So
if he's sued for $200 million by one person, BAM! My friend,
usually the way the world works is when you stand for a particular principle, be ready to pay for it.
Yes.
To every decision that
the
you
world
make
will surely come and appreciate that principle.
Yes.
So he needs to show that consistency. So when we see him is hammered right, left and center, and we see at some point he fails to defend either his child or the wife in other circumstances, I think you'd find there he was going to lose it. But if he sticks to that principle and the world just, he gets vindicted to say, okay, he's been standing and especially looking at the life of the wife from where she's coming from, he's been there for. Most of us guys can't stand what.
Will has been an inspiration to so many. Will has been an inspiration to so many.
So the world respects people who stand for principles.
Yeah. So situations like Will found himself, it's actually very tricky.
Yeah.
Because we are talking of a person, in my view, we're talking of a person who is like, okay, if Will stood there, if he just sat there and he did not do anything, what was going to happen? Was he going to be looked at to be a guy who's weak? Or was he going to be looked at as a guy who's just moderate and a person who's very civilized?
Yeah, especially when you go home, your wife,
you can't.
Your kids,
the reason so he knew I cannot go home to this human being after this.
And one of the things that I'm against, people are supporting Chris. Chris knew the condition of Jade.
Because they say he didn't.
She came out. No, how come he knows about the entanglement thing? He doesn't know about it.
It's for I don't want to.
Situation went public.
I do not want to cut this thought that you've said, but I asked that question deliberately. Yeah. If Chris did not do, if Smith did not do anything,
yes.
Okay, what was going to happen? Of course. He wasn't going to have a peace at home. It wasn't going to, and it was going to be something that was going to go for a long time.
Not with it.
One time I met a guy who told me something like, we went out, we were coming, and the wife was calling like he was supposed to be home a little bit late. And when we were coming by, the guy was cruising. He needed to be home. Just to a quick one on this one. Yeah. So it's a situation where this guy said something that was really profound to me. And we were about 4 of us in the vehicle, and he said, my friend, the first thing that I need to put in place, my peace, I need to make sure where I'm coming from. The source of my happiness and my joy is from home. If there's no peace from home, I will not even have this peace, joy with you, and everything. So at this particular time, I need to make sure the person I'm staying with, my wife, is happy, so that even when I go to chill out with my friends, it's okay.
I'm going to sleep well.
I'm going to have a genuine laugh. I'm going to have a genuine happiness around my friends.
That's why we see a lot of suicides in comedians. They will entertain the whole world, but failing to entertain the home where they're coming from, to bring that peace you mentioned.
Yes, true. So now, when you look at it, for me, I'm okay with what Will did, but I'm not okay with the violence and aspect like that.
So
there's a point I want to raise. The point I want to raise.
Yes. Let's put you. I come and say I do exactly what he did. What would have been your reaction? Because this is not the first time it's happened. It's done prior to this.
Yes.
Okay. To be very specific.
Yes.
I wouldn't know how I would react, but let me say,
Let's be honest,
I wouldn't know how I would
that's
react.
very
I'm just being straight here.
Yes.
I wouldn't know how I would react. But it is not okay. Whether it's business is what, let's not go into private people's lives.
Yeah.
Because you cannot bring somebody's medical condition. That is a medical condition. No one chooses to have that medical condition. It wasn't her choice. It wasn't her choice, and she doesn't wish to be like that.
Yeah,
and she would have wished her life to be in a different
for a country like
and in this case, we're supposed to be talking about Chris Rock for doing that, because we're supposed to be defending the ladies, and to make the matters worse, that was a woman that was being roasted in that way. I can roast you maybe about your hair because you were losing hair. It's like a natural thing. You understand that. I can maybe joke about you concerning just any other thing, but a medical condition, it's you don't.
Yeah,
this is the reason why even the thing you're talking about HIV, it's personal thing and it's confidential. Even when you go to the hospital, they would ask you, are you okay discussing this matter in this? They provide a certain level of privacy.
Yes.
So that is a private matter. Because this time, in as much as we are talking about we having done this and that, I don't think that should be the subject, because we're supposed to be doing the right thing. What is the moral thing to do in this situation?
Yeah.
Let's start with how it started. What is the root cause? So do not bring the condition, the medical condition of other person in public.
But then again, that means you are going to be killing comedy. Comedy thrives on that. I don't know, I've been to a show whereby you're just walking in and someone decides to pick on you and the entire set becomes it thrives on that. They say comedy thrives on a little bit of being offensive, borderline, you know what I mean?
I understand. But
you can make comedy about what you are wearing. You can make comedy about maybe the selection of the shoes. You can make comedy of maybe the complexion of someone, but not a medical condition. Someone is actually wishing they are getting.
His argument is that he wasn't aware. People on his side are arguing that he wasn't aware of that. But
no, come on, that thing is everyone knows about it. It's been publicly.
So usually, if they are going to penalize Will,
they already have 10 years.
They've already penalized him for 10 years.
Will, that is very unfair. This guy is mentioning this guy actually. Chris was actually needed to apologize.
He did. He said that
I didn't know about your medical condition, and I'm sorry. And it should end there.
Yes.
So in short, you're saying they should not penalize Will even the 10 years.
For me, it would have been. You've seen a meme going around to say where Jade made up a face to say, Will, you could have done better. It was too bad. So for me, I could have.
How about that joke? People are saying like, what if it was The Rock actually presenting or making a joke? Was Will going to do the same thing?
I think he would have.
So for me,
if you saw his sketch, those things where he doesn't care. If you see his face,
yeah.
It didn't matter whether it was a rock or whatever.
Yeah.
The consequences and he was ready. Whether Chris was to respond with whatever, he was in that state. So it doesn't matter whether Michael Tyson or the state he was in is like, I would rather die here or whatever. So that's a dangerous state. But here are my reservations. The consequences that have come with it, because Oscars is big business. It's like almost like the Super Bowl, whatever. They advertise that God.
Yes.
So if the advertisers say we need the consequences to follow this, because the danger is this. That's not the last time that someone is going to pick up on someone at the Oscars. Obviously, comedians. It's a given.
Yes.
If something is trending, Donald Trump was being mocked with his yellow or orange hair or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a given. So that environment is going to scare whoever who's going to present next time.
No, they are trying to set a precedent for years to come. But if you ask me there, it's not about, because even what Will did was like, if the guy really wanted to do, or like he was really up for violence, you would have slapped him even 2, 3, 4 times.
Yes.
But he was trying to send a message to say, look, do not do this.
Yeah.
But
that's because
do not
you
do
just
that.
go.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So for me, it was he was trying to send a message.
Don't do this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and if you saw, he hesitated and then he just, and it was just one side. And the guy said he didn't know about the condition, so they could have forced Chris to apologize and they could have mended it better. After you know, most of the guys, they didn't even know about the Oscars. If it wasn't for Will's
the rating of that show,
the rating has gone up because of Will's.
You see,
they should even appreciate
the Oscars. You see what they're trying to do. They're also trying to protect their investment. The investment that is there is if they're not going to do anything, meaning they support such behavior. So now they are compelled, even if they see to say, okay, there isn't much to do here, but they're looking at how much they put in, because now whoever has been their sponsors, whoever has put in whatever it is, they'll pull out and say, this guy is like they are supporting this
damage
behavior.
control. Which one would have been easier? The Chris Rock apologizing or the
because of the violence part. Chris Rock issued an apology, a written apology, just like Will Smith issued a written apology. So they count that as valid enough because he was the recipient of the violence. You get the idea? And the fact that he did not retaliate, it would have been a different case if he had retaliated, then they would have demanded both consequences from both of them. You get the idea? But the fact that he even held his hands backwards, that gives it like, yo, it's a complicated
where I have an issue, does it mean the Oscars, they are okay with somebody crossing the line to talk about somebody's medical condition in public? It's because there haven't been an uproar of the public talking about that. If today, or if given a chance where there was an uproar of the public talking about Chris, actually talking about the medical condition of somebody, that's you are invading the privacy. Because even if you tell you say you people encourage Chris to sue Will. They can also Will can also or Jetty can also sue.
Emotional damage.
This is my private thing. How
you know even in most big hospitals they write about the rights of the patient.
Yes.
The particular.
But no, that patient came public with that. So him talking about the condition.
Yes. So it's
okay. It is herself that has decided, but you need to get consent
to mention about what
happens.
Yes.
That's how it goes. So
it's not about the
okay guys, let's just put it. I'm like, I come and I begin to say no, my friend had an STI. Do you think that you will take it kind? Because at the end of it all, like you're in public, you are telling us no, it's comment. No, MD had an STI. Are you serious going to take it? Okay, you are violating my privacy.
Yes, that's how it goes. So, and I think the other thing that the Oscars are like is because those conditions are not so many. I've seen, I think, one in Zambia. There's a condition. Yes. So if those guys could regroup, like the HIV guys, you mentioned them in such a way they regroup and demand for the Oscars they could have penalized.
It's not only that group. There are so many other groups. It's like also we can say people that are under. No. I'm talking about people, cancer patients.
Yes,
cancer patients. So also when they're going through that chemotherapy, they lose the hair. Now you can imagine you begin to you begin to make jokes over somebody's condition. We have seen people that I think there was this the guy that acted in Wakanda.
I've got this, but you know,
Chadwick, something like that.
He will come, someone in the background. What's his name?
Chadwick, yeah, Chadwick. You know, people made fun out of him because he had lost weight, but after he died, and actually people were saying, no, he was suffering from
cancer for years and years.
Is it cancer of the colony, something like that? The people felt bad. It's the same thing. You know, nobody has got a right to talk about somebody's medical condition without their consent. Okay? In as much as you want to make that, you can actually sue them and for damages. This says, no, they've caused damages in my life and my reputation has been.
So, gentlemen, what are you going to put? So, the consequences that we are not worth what you or what?
No, for me, let me take my side. I'll be very straight here. The first one, the Oscars should have not slapped 10 years ban on Will Smith, because these are rules that you need to set. Guys, these are the rules. If you cross this, and this is the punishment.
The brother said those rules. Those are not new. Like,
they are not new.
It's already in the stipulation.
So it's already stipulated to say 10 years?
No, it's not 10 years.
That's the thing I'm talking about. So if I'm going to go against your rules, I need to know what will follow me. I need to know the consequences behind this.
No, not freestyling.
Then you begin to determine, no, it's 5 years. No, you need to know if you're going to slap someone on the stage, it's going to be 10 years. If you're going to insult someone on stage or just publicly within that same auditorium or whatever it is, the platform, you need to know to say, I need to be slapped this. You know the consequences. It's like today, if you murder someone, you know the minimum years you're going to get is this. It is stipulated. It's not going to be subject to one person or individual. Because what if yesterday we had an issue with you and today I'm found in such a situation? You go like, okay, this is the time to pin him.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but if there's a laid down procedure already, even myself when I'm going to be given, okay, the consequences, the consequence of your action is this, and it is,
you know the punishment.
You're standing up to my head. You guys are closing remarks.
So, my view is for Will, the action he did is justified. So for me, I just want to warn him. That's my wife. So you talk about
you might even do more than what you did.
I don't care about what I'll pay thereafter. My principle is I'll defend my family to the core.
But that's a valid reason, because at the core of everyone is protect and provide. So one of those principles was violated in that case. Yes. So if you can't defend your family and wife, what are you? Because you can't live with a woman that you can't protect. Well, guys, as you see, we've got divergent views here. What are your views? Leave them in the comment section. Do you think the punishment is more than what was required, the 10 years on Will? And do you also feel Chris was supposed to be punished? Those are the views we've shared here. So Owen says that Chris was supposed to
to be punished as well.
You also
yes. He violated also. He violated. Why talk about the medical condition of someone?
The Oscars haven't got those
a clause to say no, you cannot
talk about medical.
That's a private. So Chris needs to be punished as well.
We'll catch you in the next episode.